short term online course Basics of Python Module 5. Today we discuss about exception handling and basic file operations. Being a programmer, always remember that your program is going to incorporate to creative user. They may pass such information at input which may lead unaccepted bugs. So cannot do that and work code break. We use exception handling. In exception handling we have three different blocks. First is try, then we have except, and then we have finally. So this try block let you test a block of code for the error. This except block lets you handle the error, and the finally block will let you execute the code regardless to result of try and execute block. Just dive deep into the concept of, I will say, print x. Now you can see that we got an error saying that name x is not defined. And what kind of error? It is a name error. So let's apply exception handling here. So I would say try. Now I want to run this code. That means now Python will run this code, and then I will say if there is an error, then except and print you have not defined variable x. You have not defined variable x. Now just run the code. You can see that now you can see that in the output we got have not defined variable x. For more simplicity, I would just say print code run successfully. You can see that at the first this particular code has run, and then this statement is executed. If you just remove this and I will say print x, you can see that the statement is not executed. You have a code break. So to avoid code break, we will apply this exception handling. I just rerun this code. Remember that when we did print x, then we got an error called name error. So in exception handling, you can define as name many as exception blocks you want. So for example, I will say try this code, and if there is a name error, then so for this I will write except name error. For this name is accepting error, then print there is a name error. There is a name error, and I will print code executed. So let's run this code. You can see that we got an output. There is an name error because we have not defined this x variable, and also the code executed. So our code did not crash. But let's see, I want to add another exception. If there is another exception other than name error, I would say there is an exception. To demonstrate this code, I will just say x is equal to 1 by 0. So what happened when you do 1 divided by 0, will get an error saying that 0 division error. So let's execute this code. You can see that we got an output. Here is exception. Since there was not a name error, there was a 0 division error. So that's why exception is not executed, but this exception is executed, and it say that if there is any exception, then just print the statement which is there is an exception, and then execute this statement. So I just will remove this now. You can also use else keyword to define a block of code to be executed if there is no error. For example, I would say try x is 10, print x, and I will say except, and I will print there is an error. Otherwise, that means if there is no exception, that just do else. I will say x is equal to x plus 10 and print and print x. Let's run this code. Now you can see that at the first we have printed this x is 10 and then we have printed x is 20 because there is no error. So after executing this statement and Python print this section, there is a final block and it will be executed regardless of try. Block raise an error or not so far. So for example, I will just say try and I just have to delete this variable x. And now I will say try and I will just create an error by saying print x. And I will say except if there is an error, just print there is an error. There is an error. Otherwise, I will just print there is no error. And finally, I will say I am called from finally block. Let's run this code and understand the execution. So here at first we got an output, there is an error. Why? Because we are not defined x here. X was defined but we have deleted the x, variable x. So here we have deleted variable x. So now x is no more defined. So this else section will not be executed. But this finally code will be executed and it will say I am called from finally block. Here we can another example. I will say try x is 10. Print x plus 30. If there is an error, so I will say except print there is an error. Otherwise, print there is no error. And finally, that means doesn't matter there is an error or not, just print I am called from finally block. So now you can see that the output we got 40 because x was defined. We have increment x by 30 and then here x as printed. There is no error because this exception code will not run. And we'll run this code and also you can see that in the output we have this statement from the finally block because we know that doesn't matter whether there is an error or not. This finally block of code will always be executed. You may not find their finally block of code useful here, but if is very much useful when you have to close an object or clean up the resource. And for example, I will say try and I will create a file f and I will open my file .text and I will just write some text to write, and this is a text as the text we want to enter in the file, and there is an error. I will say except print something went wrong. Something went wrong. And finally, I just want to close the file f.close. And here you can see that at first we have opened our file and doesn't matter whether there is an error or not, we have to close the file so that the program can continue without leaving the object file open. So we got an error saying that name error, f is not defined, okay, because we have to define the mode. I will say W and now it's done. Being a Python developer, you can choose to throw an exception if a particular condition offers, and this will be done using rise keyword. So for example, I say x is equal to -1 and if x is equal to less than or less than 0, then raise That means now we are going to raise an error. And from the base class of the exception, I will say exception, the error you want to show sorry, no number below 0. Let's run this code. You can see that we got an error saying that sorry, no number below 0. You can also define what kind of error to raise and text to print to the user. For example, I will say x is equal to hello, and I will say if not type of x is int, then I will raise type error, and the text I want to show is that only integer. Are allowed. Now you can see that we got a type error. That only integers are allowed. Let's take another example. Here x is equal to 3, and if type of x is not equal to string, then raise type error, which is the error we want to generate, and the text is only text is allowed. Text is allowed. You can see that in the output we got text type error, and the text is only text is allowed. Now we can discuss about basic file operations. We will learn about handle file to Python. So here are some basic file operations of first one, opening a file, writing data to a file, reading data from a file, closing the file, and finally appending data to the file. That means adding data to the file. So let's begin with opening a file. Let's say our file name is firstfile.txt, and that .txt is the extension for text file. So we are using open file to open a file in the form of my file. That means here my file is just a pointer pointing to the file. So here we have got an error, file not found. This is because we didn't specify the actual mode. That means in what mode we want to open. So for this we have W, because the file was not present in the directory. So we have to create a new file and then write something in it. So for this we have W. Now we want to write something on the file or file. So for this we will use our write method, and here we have my file. My file is that pointing, and then my file write and our string that to be written inside the file. So it returned as a number of characters put inside the file. What is the file? First file dot text. So if we check the length of the string, we will get 32. But at this stage our file is not saved. If we terminate our program, our string or our data will lost. So save our file, we have to close the file. So here we have my file, close method, and after that our file will be saved. So here we have first file.txt. Let's go and check it in your directory that whether you got the file or not. We will next we will learn about read data. We will learn to read data from a file. So let's begin with opening our file. So our file is first file and the extension is txt. Now since we want to read data from the file, so our mode will be R. That means read mode. Now we have read method to read data from the file. So we have reading file dot read method, and here is our output. That means we have read the data from that file. Now we want to save the data to another variable for further use. For there we have a variable say content, and then to content we are assigning reading file dot read method. That means this data should be saved to content. Now let's check the content. Oops, we got nothing. Why? The reason for that is when we have read our file for the first time, then our cursor is at this position. That means after that quotes. So to read our file again, we have to place our cursor back at the beginning of the statement, because after the quotes we have nothing to say. For this we have our seek method, and it take the parameter where our cursor should be placed, the index position where are the cursor should be placed. So we have 0 at the beginning. Now again read file to the content, and when we check the content we will get out our data. Okay, now and again just place our seek back to the initial position. Now we want to read our data in a form of a list. So for this we will use our readline method, and this readline method we will use to get in form of list. We will learn about append the data to file. That means when we just write our data to our file, that just overwrite the previous written data. But when we append it, then the previously written data will be preserved and new data will be added to it. So let's begin with the opening a file and see our file is firstfile.txt, and now we want to append it. So we have mode A. So let's write something to it. Say first give a new line, and in the new line have this is the second line in the first file, and the net character in this is 34. That's why we got an output of 34. Now let's close it. Due to closing, actually we are saving our file. So let's get to the file and check to the file what is in it. So this is our file first, and here we open it. So this is the first line that we are entering the before, and now we have appended new data to it. That's all for this lecture.